Adam Schaaf, a radicalized Zionist who deleted a pastor and tried to delete other pastors, does a crazy, chilling interview about why he did it and the paradigm of Zionistic terrorism, dare I say.
Wow.
So this is pretty dark stuff. I think this happened in Arizona.
It's a long story, but to summarize it, Yahweh alone is God. It's the first commandment. It's the most important commandment of them all. The preachers are, in my perspective, are leading the flocks astray. They're preaching that Jesus is God's only son and God also. That's not what God said. Very clearly, he said that he alone is God. It's the first commandment. And so with the belief that Jesus is the only son of God and God, God's laws were annulled entirely. There's 13 tribes of Israel. So what I wanted to do was execute and crucify 13 priests and put one of the tribes of Israel in each of their right ears.
So there's 12 tribes.
Yeah, so this dude doesn't even have his own theology sorted.
No. There's not like a conspiracy of a 13th tribe or something?
We can Google it. I don't think so.
Oh my God.
Google it real quick. So this is chilling. This is awful. I think this is darkness. And the fact that he's getting interviews, why are they giving him press?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And how are they sitting down with him in person?
Yeah.
Right? Like who's co-signing this?
Yeah,
this is craziness.
So the 13th tribe would be Levi, and it wasn't like an actual tribe. It was kind of like like these are the priests. So there's the 12, and then there's the priests.
Which I did with this priest. I put the tribe of Benjamin. And then the 14th I wanted to do for Adam, because clearly Adam was God's one and only created son in his image, is the first story told in the Bible.
So you feel the difference is between regular people that believe in God and pastors or preachers, that there's a difference there?
Huge difference, because the first commandment is the most important commandment of them all. Feed, drugs, the sanctity of marriage is completely eroded. It's vicious out there. Somebody like me who's been in and out of prison, the prisons are flooded with drugs. And I'm thinking to myself, the world is a wreck.
I don't get how this man gets to the killing people part when he's not like, man, the world is a wreck.
Well, because he thinks the world's a wreck, probably because of Christian influence.
But if you're talking about sin, is a sin.
Well, yeah, it is a sin, but God also commanded us to execute anyone that's preaching that someone other than him is God, because it's that serious. They're claiming that Jesus is God and that somebody other than God is God. So what's this Jesus is only God's son garbage that I was raised to believe? That's not what God said.
Here's the thing, and this is why I recommend not that he's the only two, but people who are on this, that they would go back and look at the conversation with David Wood and Alex O'Connor, because as rabbinic Judaism evolved from the era of the Pharisees, there was also an evolution away from the idea of the two powers in heaven. And so when you look at the Old Testament two powers in heaven, you start seeing that there seems one in heaven, one on earth.
Yeah.
That's, you come to those conclusions. And so much of the Jewish faith, unfortunately, has been whitewashed of this idea, because it sure did sound like Jesus is God when you see the angel of the Lord all throughout the Old Testament, when you see, right?
Wow.
And so it's like, he's just getting a very curated and omitted version of Judaism that I think omits these facts.
Did he only kill one pastor?
I think he only got to one, and then he got caught, I think.
You're thinking about this, you want to carry out this hit list?
Yes.
A hit list.
Sure.
14 pastors.
That's right. Around the nation, to surround the nation.
Starting in Arizona?
Starting in Arizona, where I was born. Where it starts is where it ends, like the Garden of Eden.
How did you pick out these pastors and these preachers?
I just let the Spirit follow me wherever I landed. And the first one where I went was Olive Street, the Church of Christ. And I thought, well, that makes sense. There shouldn't be a Church of Christ. There should only be a Church of Yahweh.
So you get to Phoenix.
I get to Phoenix. I just set up a tent under a tree on Olive Street. And I followed that priest home Sunday after Easter service. And when he pulled into his driveway, the two women came out of the garage. I'm not interested in executing anyone other than the pastors or the shepherds leading the flock astray. So then I said to myself, okay, I need to find pastors or priests that live alone. And so I set up another tent.
Jeez Louise. This dude is sick in the head.
Sick in the head. So he didn't That one that he followed home.
It sounds like that was the first one he didn't, and then he shot a Find a Pastor That Lives Alone.
Wow.
Of a Carefree Highway between 24th and 16th Street, and I was looking at those churches, and then I happened to stumble across the New River Church, and I followed him home, and I saw that he lived alone.
So you had no previous contact with Pastor Bill?
Zero. I
Zero.
didn't want any previous contact. My only criteria was you're breaking the first commandment.
Pastor Bill was innocent.
Innocent, in your perspective, there's nothing
Not
worse.
yours.
But there's nothing worse than breaking the first commandment.
So,
Oh, goodness gracious. Imagine being that one pastor that found out just because your wife and daughter walked out of the garage is the only reason that you're still alive.
yeah, this is why precautions need to be taken, I think, as a public Christian at all.
Yes.
Because the internet has radicalized people
Mm-hmm.
and it's connected the world and made it smaller.
Yes.
I think we underestimate how dark the world really can be and how prevalent Satan really is.
Ugh.
And so this dude, Pastor William of New River Bible Church in Arizona, ends up being crucified by this dude.
Literally
I
crucified?
think so. I think he's about to get there. And so, rest in peace to this gentleman. I'm not trying to victim shame, but like security systems, firearms, situational awareness, like we have to be aware of what's going on and be a bit more suspicious. I don't know how we got into this dude's house and how it happened. Let's see if he reveals it. But there's a cautionary tale here is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And you go to heaven, your sins are all forgiven. That's not what God said.
But do you think God was going to forgive your sins?
Absolutely, he'll forgive my sins. He's a forgiving God. He's a loving God.
How do you justify that?
This dude is sick, bro.
I mean, if you're
He's going
killing
back and
somebody
forth.
or multiple people attempted,
Okay, but
how does that work?
It's a commandment to rid Israel of evil.
Well, America's not Israel.
Hello.
We're not a theocracy.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I think he just thinks the whole world is Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also like, you don't believe in Jesus, then you still believe in Jew and Gentile.
Mm-hmm.
Are you Jewish? Just because you got some Hebrew tatted on the neck doesn't make you Jewish.
Oh, that's a good question.
Right.
What happens next?
Then I follow him home. I see that he lives alone. All right. I go back to the house, or I go back to the desert where I'm camping. I need weapons, right? I need something to execute him with. So I go into a house. I walk to a house and go into it. There's no one living there. And I'm in Phoenix for the tribe Benjamin. It's the first tribe up. And there's a rifle under the bed that has painted on it, Phoenix Benjamin, which was a pellet gun. But I thought, Benjamin Phoenix, that's what I'm supposed to use. I don't know, it's just crazy coincidence.
You're hiding outside.
I'm hiding outside the house. The helicopter's on top of me. We're maybe 5 blocks from the house because I ran through the mountain. Then I waited for the helicopter to leave. I've done this, I've been in and out of prison, so I know I ran the police probably 100 times in my life.
Let me just say this. It's not a good look for the Jewish people in general and all the anti-Semitism when this guy goes viral for crucifying a pastor.
Yeah, hello.
Like there's already an uprise and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's dark.
Oof.
So I leave, and then when I come back to the house later after all the police leave, my car, they confiscated, they took it, so now I don't have a vehicle. So I broke back into the house because I know there's a truck in the garage. I got the supplies I needed to do the execution, and I drove from there to Phil's house, like 2 in the morning on a Sunday night, and I executed him. And then I crucified him by nailing him to the wall, screwing him to the wall.
Darkness.
Oh my gosh.
This is
bro.
a sickness.
So it sounds like he
He killed him first.
He used a firearm to unalive him. He used a pew to unalive him, and then crucified him to the wall.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, this is it's one of the darkest things. Someone said he looks possessed. Yeah, I think.
For sure, there's something.
I think there's something. And this is like he said he's not Jewish. He's claiming to be Jewish.
He's not Jewish.
I don't know if he's Jewish. And I'm not saying he is Jewish. I'm saying he is claiming to be Jewish. Therefore,
Yeah.
it's a bad look for Jewish people as there's this rising anti-Semitism.
Exactly,
I guarantee you that pocket on X, all the Jew-hating folks on it are gonna run with this story.
Candace Owens seemed like, again, asking questions.
I'm just asking questions, right?
Are we going to keep letting them crucify our pastors?
It's coming. It's coming, right? And this dude is clearly, I think he's demon possessed, because I don't think this is insanity, because he knew
articulating.
He had a framework, he had an ideology, and this was premeditated. This is not someone that's under a psychosis. This is someone that's demonically possessed. He's demonized, and there's a false antichrist ideology that's driving him. And there's a spectrum of, I'm not saying he's a Jew ethnically or whatever, but somewhere along the lines, he has some experience that makes him a Jewish person or aligns with that faith.
Yeah.
So maybe he grew up Christian, and he has clearly a Hebrew tattooed on his
he
neck.
identifies with the Jews.
And then this will, and there's a spectrum of Jewish people, right? I personally don't know any that are as radicalized as he is, but there are Jewish people, the far right in Israel that, and there's a very small minority that like all the spitting on Christians videos comes out.
Yeah.
But that's not most Jewish people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like most Jewish people like Christians.
This is like Hollywood Illuminati Jewish person.
This is like the cabal.
This is like secular Jew, like
Jew
in the cabal. And
we gonna roast Christians and just make, this is dark stuff, man.
Goodness
So
gracious.
I don't know how this lady, Brianna Whitney got this interview.
Yeah.
But props to her for getting it. Go watch the full video. It makes me very, very uncomfortable. And super dark. Super dark stuff. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you liked it a lot and have a thought to share, leave a comment. If you are listening to this on the podcast app, make sure to leave a review, and you could even leave a comment over there. And if you want to watch another video that is recommended just for you, hit this video over here. Let me know if they nailed it. Also, you can partner with us monthly, which helps us out a lot in our monthly community. Get access to early drops and all that kind of good stuff over here. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.